What's up, folks? Hope everyone is doing well. This is day 12 of backtesting until I'm profitable. So, without going into further stuff, let's cut the chase and get started. And we will be back right after the intro. Right, so let's go to our session right here. I don't know the time remaining for it to get cancelled, but let's keep using it for backtesting. So today I'm going to be backtesting the NAS, but I think as we go on, I'll be putting more energy on the Euro USD. We saw that yesterday it literally cooked us. Alright, so let's go to the NAS. Let's go to the daily. Okay, so we're going to see on the daily. First of all, we are in a very good uptrend. That's undebatable. And let's first see on the weekly. You can see we had a small drop, and this week hopefully it's starting to push up. So let's mark up the weekly high and the weekly low. Let's do something like this. Okay, so there's this high and then there's this low. So we got this one, and then we've got this as well. So this is the previous week high. This is the previous week low. So then this is how you can draw it. When you go to the daily, you can now clean it further. So this is currently Tuesday, and last week literally had this high, some high right here, and wait, yeah, last week's high was here. This week's high is this one. Low, sorry, last week's low is this one. And when you go to the daily, you can see the previous day low here, previous day high taken out. And let's now build narrative. So you can do something like this. Almost taken out right here. So let's now build narrative. So on the daily time frame, you can see that it was an uptrend, corrective move, headed higher, drop down to equilibrium, to the discount, and then we can expect a push to the upside and a reaction to an order block in this zone right here, because this is a corrective move. So let's go to the 4 hour. What do we see on the 4 hour? You can see market still pushing up, a good fair value gap in here. This one, for good 4 hour fair value gap. Okay, let's go to the 3 hour now. Same thing, you can see it in here, and so far we can have a small structure on the higher time frame showing us a small liquidity sweep in here. You can see it. Let me zoom it in. So what do we see right here? You can see that these lows were taken out by this one. Then we got a push to the upside, creating a shifting structure. Then we have fair value gaps here, another one here, another one here. You can see it was retested, and we might expect it to maybe reach in this one or this one, and then push higher. So which means this is another extra confirmation that we are going to go higher on the 3 hour time frame. Let's go to the 2 hour now. 2 hour, same thing, a sweep, a shift, a fair value gap retest. And even if you can see a fair value gap here, you can refer on this inversion fair value gap right here. You can see this one is a good inversion fair value gap. It's a 2 hour inversion actually. So you got a 2H, sorry, let's do it like this. reach inversion fair value gap, right? So from this we can expect a push to the upside. So it was currently the PM session of Tuesday, and I'm not really a great fan of the PM session, but if we get an entry we can take it. Other than that, we can wait for tomorrow's session to kick in. So I think this was all about the 2 hour. We can see this high was taken out, so we have marked on the daily, and we can see an inversion fair value gap being reacted to as we might target this previous week's high and fill this imbalance right here. So let's see how this goes. Let's go now to the 1 hour. You can see reaction of a fair value gap, some liquidity resting below here, so there might be some manipulation about to take place. So I think this was all about marking our key levels. Let's go on the 30-minute or the 15-minute and see how it works. It goes on. Right, so what do we see on the 15-minute? You can see market was still rallying. It was in some kind of consolidation, but let's see how this goes. So quick push to the upside. You can see that we also had a crash causing a liquidity void in here, and this liquidity void obviously has to be filled. So we can see that there is a liquidity void or a volume imbalance in here which has to be filled. So I guess we can enter off of this if it doesn't show any signs of manipulation. So it's currently Wednesday. So it's now Wednesday London session. Let's see how this goes. So we can expect to see a drop into the, actually here we can take a quick scalp, expect a drop into this volume imbalance right here, draw a small frame to see the levels. We can expect it to pass through this midpoint. Let's go and see if you can take a quick scalp of this in the London session. So the midpoint is somewhere here, and this is the lowest point it got. So good scalp. Let's see. London session, don't disappoint above the high. Close somewhere right here. Let's put it somewhere right here on this fair value gap. Now let's play it and see. So quick stop out, but let's wait for 9:30. So let's mark up 9:30 as well. 9:30 is right here. Right. So as 9:30 approaches, you might expect to go onto this imbalance. We missed out on this trade. We would have actually taken it without basing off of, instead of actually waiting for another setup. We should have taken it and target to the upside, because you can see we're about to reach our buy side liquidity. And when you go to the 1 hour, you can see we are having a pretty good move. Okay, so yeah, you can see this pretty good move right here. Let's remove this. So this was a bad trade. We wanted it to go to this volume. So I think this trade was out of our game plan. We were planning to take buys, but it is what it is. So let's go. So it pushes higher, heading to the previous week's high. And you can see it hasn't reached it yet, and by this time it's the PM session of Wednesday. So should we expect a drop to this volume imbalance? Let's go to the 15-minute and see. see in the end we dropped to the imbalance right here. So you can never know when market retraces to it, but this would also be a good confirmation for us to enter buys. This is a good imbalance right here, and take a buy towards this previous week's high. So let it drop a bit into this one, and then we buy again. It's currently Thursday, 9:30 is here. Okay, it's about to push higher. So boom, our previous week's high has been hit. So what can we learn from this price move is this volume imbalance would be a good zone, same as the way this one was a good zone, even though it wasn't retraced to, but good trade after all. Good trade. No, it would be a good trade if we've taken some in this imbalance or of this to our inverse fair value gap. Let's keep tape reading now. So our first liquidity point was hit, and maybe we'd expect to see some other liquidity points. So weekly target has been hit. Let's see if we can get an entry in here. This is next buy side liquidity, and you can see that this is a very good market maker model, this one right here. Market maker right here, very good market maker model. I think we should have seen this earlier and trusted the process. So volume imbalance by the start of the new week. Last week's low, and last week's so now the previous week low has been updated since we started a new week right here. So this is Friday. We haven't started a new week, but we have an imbalance. It's a new day open gap actually. So it was taken out. You can see retesting the fair value gap. And we are still in this Friday PM session. So are we going to get a trade? I don't really know as well. But you can see we're in a fair value gap, and we can expect to push higher a bit and take out this liquidity range right there, so we can fill this market maker model. So you can take a buy in here. Of all the entries, this is the low probability one we got, but the ones we had predicted earlier, we didn't take them. Really crazy shit. Okay, so let's play. So good push, and wow, this trade ran over the weekend, but what it did was very crazy. You see this open gap right here, new week open gap. Alright, so this is a gap that has to be filled. So we'll look for a downside trade to fill this one, probably on Monday at 9. Let's play this and see. So By London session, it had started dropping a bit. Okay, consolidating. Let's see what happens at 8, and then we can see if we can take a move. So let's mark 9:30. Okay, so a small push to the upside. You can see on the 1 hour that, let's pause it a bit, buy side has been taken out. The buy side that we had, really crazy trade. I'm gonna go to 15-minute. You can see that it was starting to have a small drop by the start of New York. It dropped a bit again. Okay, I think here we are about to have our trade. Look, the 5-minute, we'll be watching off on the 5 minutes so we can see if we can get a trade. So we've got a sweep right here. Some fair value gaps have been retested in here, so a good entry will be selling in here. So stop loss above this high, target the midpoint of this, so we can target in here somewhere like here, and or even finish it all somewhere here. And let's go to 15-minute and see if this is a logical trade. Can be one. Okay, so I think this is the trade we will take. Let's now play it and see. If we get stopped out, this is another. Liquidity imbalances are not, or liquidity voids are not something to trade like in the session when you see like references to go lower. So let's wait and see in 3, and we were stopped out, but I still have a nudge that we're going to go lower. I mean, we can't leave this imbalance hanging. So when is the drop? No one has ever known that. I guess we'll never know. So Tuesday 9, at 9 we pushed at the start of the session, pushed higher. That was a really crazy move to the upside. When you go to the 4 hour, what do we see? Very big candles. Crazy one. You can see this. Crazy move. Anyways, let's go to the 1 hour. So it looks like we're not dropping anytime soon, so I think we should start looking for buys now. It's Wednesday. London session has just started. If it fails to break this high, then it's going to drop. It's broken it. Wednesday is trying to become indecisive now. Consolidating. How about we get a total swap here? Wouldn't be a bad one, would it? Fair value gap. retest. It's already Thursday at 9. We get our sweep. So let's leave the imbalance alone and look for buys now. Where is it? So it created another gap. Nas is really crazy. I think we'll be buying, no worries. So it's 9, almost 9. It's now 9. Let's go to 15 and look for a buy entry. Sweep right here. We dropped into the imbalance. Very crazy drop. So we see another entry. A favorite gap has been tested, so we can sell. Right here, would have entered right here if you saw it, but let's enter right here, no worries. It's gonna go a bit lower. We can take it at 2R. Come on, at least you would have let me be stopped out before. Okay, let's create another session. It will start at 28th April 2017 for started as 5, no worries. And let's put it to yesterday. So the name is Trump Season 3, Session 3, sorry. Alright, balance 100k. Actually, I really don't care. So I think we can delete this third one. Go on with the third. You've got stopped out now. Traded against the trend, so that's another key lesson that we learned. Never trade against the trend, no matter what. Okay, so new week, and maybe this one will provide some opportunities. And I guess that was all for today's stream. We'll continue backtesting and continue learning more, since we are documenting and journaling ourselves. Backtesting after 9/5s and hitting the gym is really crazy, but we'll keep on pushing. Nothing is too easy and nothing is too hard. So until we meet again, stay safe.